Hi, I'm Gia Nicolaides. Here's your morning brief on the coronavirus. It's day 13 of the national lockdown, and South Africa has recorded its 13th death from COVID-19. We're now sitting on 1,749 confirmed cases, and the numbers will increase as mass screening and testing takes place across the country. This has already started and continues this week, with field workers visiting communities to test people and therefore determine the true spread of the virus. While concerns have been raised about the economy during the lockdown, President Cyril Ramaphosa says it doesn't compare to the potential loss of lives due to the pandemic, and he's again called on citizens to comply with the regulations. However, there have been some amendments to these regulations. One in particular is for parents with joint custody of their children. Children will now be allowed to travel between their parents' homes, but you need to have a court order or a parental responsibilities and rights agreement or parenting plan registered with a family advocate. The child can also only move to the other parent's house if there is no person who is known to have come into contact with or is suspected to have come into contact with a person with COVID-19. Communications Minister Stella Ndabeni-Abrahams has found herself in hot water after being snapped on social media enjoying lunch with former ANC MP and Deputy Minister Mduduzi Manana and his family during the lockdown. Apparently she was at his house to pick up some PPEs for students who needed them, and he invited her to join his family for lunch. The president says he's going to have a conversation with her about this. And there's good news for the tourism sector. The department has set aside 200 million rand to assist struggling businesses. Firms in accommodation, hospitality and travel who qualify have until the 30th of this month to apply. Internationally, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has spent his second night in ICU after testing positive for COVID-19. New York, the US epicenter of the pandemic, has recorded a staggering 731 deaths on Tuesday, bringing the total death toll to almost 5,500. And in India, their 21-day lockdown is set to end next week, like South Africa. But state leaders there have already called for an extension or for measures to be lifted only partially. For this and more on the pandemic, go to ewn.co.za/coronavirus.